We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
That this name change is not just about renaming, it's about restoring. Words matter. It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President, restoring the warrior ethos, restoring victory and clarity as an end state, restoring intentionality to the use of force. So, at your direction, Mr. President, the War Department is going to fight decisively, not endless conflicts. It's going to fight to win, not to lose. We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct. We're going to raise up warriors, not just defenders. So this War Department, Mr. President, just like America, is back.
Well, what can I say? If it's war they seek after, if it's war they want, well, I guarantee you, it's war that they're going to get. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad, with another edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Okay, so first and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakaha Kodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Alright, double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of great millstone that rule well. Double salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, along with the very few but faithful Akwat. We say shalom, shalom, shalom. The title of this edification is The Eagle and Its Pride. Alright? The Eagle and Its Pride. Okay? So, as you could see, Emperor Nero, all right, Emperor Nero Trump, he has reverted back to the original name back then, all right, prior to. Let me see something. You know something? Bear with me. Let's research something here, because World War during the days of World War II, World War One, and before that, before World War One and whatnot, so forth. All right, it was not the secretarial, that ministerial office. It wasn't the Secretary of Defense. It was the Secretary of War, or the Department of War. All right, the Department of War. But let's see when it had changed. Bear with me. When was the name changed? Oh, the hell. CHANGE. When was the name changed from Department of War to Department of Defense in America. All right, so it was in 1949. Okay, so basically after World War II, because World War II ended in 1945. So basically 4 years after. All right, the DoD, let us call it now. Well, it changed now to the Department of War. As you can see, Trump orders return to the U.S. War Department. Trump rebrands the Department of Defense, DoD, as Department of War. Trump signs executive order rebranding Pentagon as Department of War. All right? So, this is what it is. All right? Now, it's not no coincidence that he brings back, he reverted back to its original title. All right, let me see something here. Let's see, this is interesting. All right, Truman was the man, yes, because Truman, he took office after the death of Roosevelt. Yeah, Truman was the man. He was the man to order the detonation, the deployment of the atomic bomb. All right, it says President. This was in July 26, 1947. President Harry Truman signed the National Security Act. The legislation merges the Navy and War Departments and the newly independent Air Force into a single organization called the National Military Establishment. All right, led by a civilian Secretary of Defense who also oversee the Joint Chief of Staff. So he was the guy. All right, he was the guy responsible for changing it from Department of War to Department of Defense. All right, but as you can see, the pride of Esau, the pride of their heart. All right, in which he is proud to revert back, because this is who they are. This is Esau. This is Esau for you. This is the so-called white man. All right, this is the eagle for you. This is what the eagle represents. When I say the eagle, I'm speaking about the so-called white man. I'm speaking about Esau, Edom, because that's their symbol. Their symbol is the eagle. All right, and the eagle is the most proud bird, the most proud bird that because they saw the highest among all the other birds. All right, and what have you, so forth. Okay, there's what it is. They are a prideful bird, and Esau is a prideful nation. All right, Esau is a prideful nation. And this is just the beast. This is just the whore that rideth upon the beast. This is them just flaunting their wings. This is them just stretching out their wings and flaunting their wings, and showing the world who they truly are. That's why the scripture say, I'll go straight to the point, Revelation 13 and 4. I'll start from 3. Revelation 13 and 3, and it reads, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. All right, this is the beast that is speaking about the old Roman Empire. Okay, and his deadly wound was healed. All right, and all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, and the dragon was the old Roman Empire. Okay, the dragon was the old Roman Empire. It says, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? All right, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Okay, so this is what you're seeing here. This is the pride of the beast. This is them showing themselves who they truly are. all right, who they truly are. And more so for reasons is that they know that a great war is about to come about upon the face of the earth. All right? They know that a great war by the way of World War III, yeah, World War III is about to commence, is about to take place upon the face of the earth. And they themselves, just as all these other nations, they themselves are preparing themselves for war. All right? They are preparing themselves for war. See what is taking place on the high seas over there, over here in the Caribbean. All right? And their drills that they are carrying about in Puerto Rico. All right? With the hovercraft and whatnot, so forth. Seeing the hovercraft landing on the beach. Basically, they are just doing mock scenarios of Marines, all right, because that's the role of Marines. Marines are the ones, you know, that they use when they are about to invade a country and whatnot, so forth, you know, that are surrounded by water and what have you, so forth. You know, Marines are the ones that storm the beaches, you know, that do the spearheading of storming the beaches and, you know, making roads inland for the army and what have you, so forth, because the Marines and the army is two totally different military departments. All right, you know, so that's how it goes. You know, when I study World War II events, like for instance the Pacific, over in the Pacific, all right, it was mainly the Marines that was doing all those the storming of all those beachheads, all right, of those respective islands, you know, from Guadalcanal to Peleliu and Iwo Jima and Okinawa and whatnot, so forth. You know, it was the Marines that was doing the storming of the beachheads, all right, and clearing the way, clearing the path, all right, for the army and what have you, so forth, you know, to come in and, you know, and continue with the fight inland and what have you, so forth. All right? So, they are literally showing you, you don't watch this as something lightly. All right? Don't watch this as something lightly. Okay? This is them telling you that, hey, they are going to war. All right? They are telling you, all right, they are telling you that, hey, World War III is here. They're going to go to war with Venezuela. They're going to go to war with China. They're going to go to war with Russia. They're going to go to war with Iran. They are going to go to war. All right? And they are within themselves, you know, oh boy, that's just, I didn't even have this written down on my list. I have a little list, a small list of scriptures. Isaiah 47, and could I start from one, but I want to go to like, let me see, to 8. I will start at verse 8. Isaiah 47 and 8, where it reads, Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow. Right? That just that statement of them reverting back to the name Department of War. That just shows you. All right. You heard your boy Emperor Nero Trump spoke. He said what? You know, prior to the days, of World War One and World War Two, and the days before that, we won World War One, we won World War Two, and other wars in between that, which after World War Two, they never won shit. They never won the Korean War. They never won the Vietnam War. All right. They never won the Vietnam War. Hey, the war in Afghanistan, that and all they never won. Yeah, they may have toppled Saddam. They may have toppled Saddam and his military and what have you, so forth. All right. But these militant groups that had filled the vacuum, all right, your Al Qaeda and your ISIS and whatnot, so forth, and other militant groups, other Islamic groups and whatnot, they haven't been eliminated. They are still there. They are still there, ready and waiting for you to come back. You see how it is? All right. So this is what it is here. That's why, again, they said what? I am and none else beside me. They think that, no one could defeat them. No, they're not ever going to be defeated. America will stand strong, and America will prevail, and America. Hey, fuck America. America is going down, as prophesied in the scripture. All right? As prophesied in the scripture. It says, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Okay? But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. All right? Because, hey, don't get it twisted. They just like King Ahab, when, him and King Jehoshaphat, where they were seeking oh Lord, from the prophets. They were seeking, from the prophets, if they will be victorious and to go into war against the Syrians, to take Gilead, all right, and what have you, so forth. And it's the same thing with them. They go to their sorceries, to their witchcraft and whatnot, so forth, to their demons, to get inspiration, to get wisdom, to get, whatever they need, the necessaries that they need in order for them to go to war, the assurance that they would have victory, that they would be victorious, all right, for lack of better words. So it says here, all right, thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Yeah, it hath led thee astray, as it says in the NLT there, right? And thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. What the Lord said, verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. All right? Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. This is what it is. You all could go and read the rest. I just wanted to come to this particular point. Yeah. All right? Because, yes, we are happy. We the men of the Lord are happy that you have rebranded or reverted back to the original name. Leave off from Department of Defense to go back to, Department of War, because this is what is coming. War is coming. And war is coming on the shores of America. All right? War is coming on the shores of America. But continue with your pride. Continue with your pride. We are happy that you, the eagle, all right, is being much prideful. Yeah? Is being much prideful, as the scripture says, pursuant to Obadiah. Obadiah 1:1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, which is the prophets. That's the ambassador. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. All right? Thou art greatly despised. All right? The nations hate you with a gut. Hey, the nation hate your guts. That's what I want to say. All right? The pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Yeah, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Though thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, then shall I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So we are happy. This is prophecy. What Trump is doing there is actually fulfilling prophecy. This is the eagle. This is the eagle speaking. All right? No one is going to bring us down. All right? We are the earth rightful rulers, and we are the true gods. You know, and nobody is going to bring us down. Again, who is able to make war with the beast? All right? Because they have been, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshai have been giving them the military might, the military power, you know, pursuant to the blessing that was given to them by our forefather Isaac. All right? That they should live by the sword. By the sword shall thou live. There is a reason for that, which goes to Romans. Scripture that's coming to my head here. Romans 9, and I believe it's 17, or starting from 16. No, 17. Romans 9 and 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. This is the reason why Esau is in such rulership and in great military might and what have you so forth. This is the reason why. You understand? This is it here. This is it here. Yeah? The Lord has risen them up. Make them all prideful and stout, just so that he could bring them down. Yeah? Thou most proud, which goes to Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah 50 and 22. Let's go to that. Jeremiah 50 and 22. It reads, how is the hammer? How is the hammer? How is the hammer of the whole earth? Which is who? America. Babylon the Great. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? This is what is coming to America. Yeah, what the Lord said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Yeah? And through the Spirit, I would want to believe that that snare, that trap is Iran. Is Iran. All right? But anyhow, that's for another time. Although I've mentioned it in many other videos, many other edification that I've done. All right? I'm not saying that this is this is sound GMS doctrine. I'm just speaking as a man. All right? I'm just speaking as a man. Through the Spirit, I am seeing that that trap that the Lord has laid for them is Iran. Could be Iran. It could be Iran. All right? So, as I make that clear, continuing, verse 25, the Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. What is that? The thermonuclear missiles. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans, which is America. Okay? The Chaldeans are the elites. Yeah? The bankers. Yeah? The elite bankers. The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and what have you. Come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heaps. And destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. All right? This is what it is. Your Department of War, we are happy that you're doing that. You are just fulfilling prophecy. You continue. You are just fulfilling prophecy and hastening your demise. All right? Your military will be obliterated. Watch and you will see Trump. Watch and you will see Hexet. Your military will be obliterated. Thus says Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yeah? The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. Yeah? All ye that bend the bow camp against it round about. China, North Korea, yeah, Russia, Iran, yeah, even her allies, Britain, France, yeah, Pakistan is going to be a part of it, part of the destruction of America, yeah. India, all nuclear armed nation is going to be a part of the destruction of America, according to prophecy. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she had done. Do unto her, for she had been proud. Yeah, she had been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in the day. In that day, saith the Lord, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, O thou most proud. The eagle and its pride, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, power of hosts. For the days come, the time that I will visit thee, judgment, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Yeah? This is the destruction that is about to take place on America. Yeah? This is the destruction. Yeah? They're going to be destroyed utterly. They're going to be destroyed utterly. The Lord is mustering all these nations, man. Going to bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah? Let them slug it out there. All right? Let them destroy themselves there. All right? And send those missiles. There's what it is. There's what it is. All for the destruction of Esau, man. All for the destruction of Esau. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai plain, and his words is coming to pass. His words is standing faithful and true. All right. This is what the Lord. This is what the Lord bring these people back into power via the Renaissance. This is what He bring them back for this day that we are watching here, this day that we are seeing here, this day that is coming upon us. All right. What we are witnessing here before our eyes is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7, Revelation 20 and 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan, all right, this 1,000 years is speaking about the dark ages, all right. So it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Which is what? World War III. This is speaking about here. And this is what is going to bring about the destruction of America. You understand? Let's go back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 51 and 25. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 25, it reads, Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord. Who is that destroying mountain? America. That mountain represents their government. All right, the government of America, the rulers of America. All right, which destroys all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundation. So America is not going to be rebuilt after its destruction in its entirety by thermonuclear missiles. America is going to remain a monument of the wrath of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to repeat myself. America, the land of America as you know it, is going to be a monument of the wrath of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. Ain't no building back and build back better and make America great again and all that bag of bullcrap. No. It's death and destruction that is about to take hold on the land, the soil of America. Yeah? But thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord. Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations. Prepare the nations. Yeah? China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, Turkey, and all her allies, all those that had eat her bread, all those that was in league with her, was confederate with her, had deceived her. Yeah? This is what it is. Yeah? Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpets among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, which is Turkey, Mini, and Ashkenaz. Appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. What caterpillars? What does caterpillar do? Caterpillars, they destroy, they devour. All right, you have a plantation or whatever crop, and caterpillars infested. What they do? They devour the crops. They devour all what you had planted and whatnot. So for they devour it, and this is what is going to take place. These nations is going to devour America. Yeah, prepare against her the nations which, with the kings of the Medes, which is who? Russia, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble and sorrow for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, for every purpose. Let's take time with that. We don't rush over that. For every purpose of the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai shall be performed against Babylon the Great, aka America, the United States of America, to make the land of Babylon, the United States of America, a desolation without an inhabitant. Ooh-wee. Now tell me if that is not total annihilation, eradication, extermination, utter destruction that is to come on America. If not, then what else it is? You tell me. Verse 30, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. When I go to that word forborne, let's go to that word forborne. Where is you? Where is you? Where is you? Oh, it was the first one. All right.
Strong's H2308. Chadal. Chadal. And the form just below that, Chadal. Chadal.
Chadal, all right, or Kadal. All right, it says what? To stop, cease, desist, forego, cease, to be, leave undone, forbear. To cease, come to an end. To cease, leave off. How ironic. How ironic. All right? Not just only that they have the American military have been weakened yeah, with all the woke culture and all the wicked transmission, you know, service members and what have you, so forth. But you even have the point where now a lot of these soldiers, you know, they don't want they don't want to go to war. A lot of them don't want to fight. A lot of them, what I want to say is, a lot of them right now is rising up against the government, all right, and what have you, so forth, pursuant to what is taking place with Israel and Iran, you know, because a lot of them swore to, you know, they all have sworn, I shouldn't say a lot, they all have sworn, all right, they all have sworn to uphold the Constitution of America. All right? They all have sworn to uphold the Constitution of America. But what? Yeah? So lucky about that, I was disturbed there. But, all right. So as I was saying, yeah, a lot of, they all have sworn to uphold the Constitution. But what has taken place? Instead of America first, you know, America for America, America first, it's America for Israel, Israel first. All right, and a lot of them they are protesting and making it clear that they have not signed up to commit or to partake in any genocide, to support any genocide of what is taking place over in Palestine there. All right, in basically in which the American people is paying for. You understand? This is what it is. This is because this is where the American taxpaying dollars is going towards that war, the support of that war. Oh boy, but anyhow, it says the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might hath failed. They become as women. They have burnt her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another. And one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that the city is taken from one end. Yeah, to let them know that, hey, the missiles coming. This is it. This is the end of America. All right, this is the end. Yeah, and that passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. Yeah. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, power of foes, the power of Israel. The daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, hath devoured me. He had crushed me. All right? We have been under the feet of America, under the feet of Esau. This is speaking about this Nebuchadnezzar is not. This is not literal Nebuchadnezzar. All right. This is in through the spirit. All right. This is a type, of allegory, you know, to symbolize the ruler, you know, who is ruling America right now. All right. This is not speaking. This prophecy that we are reading here is not speaking about ancient Babylon. This is speaking about Babylon, America the Great. This is speaking about a future Babylon, which is what we know today as America. All right? This is what this is about here. So it says Nebuchadnezzar, Salakia. Yeah, the king of Babylon hath devoured me. He hath crushed me. He hath made me an empty vessel. This is what Israel has. This is what has become of Israel. Yeah? He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly with my delicates. He hath cast me out. The violence done to me and to my flesh be upon Babylon. Yeah. Shall the inhabitant of Zion say, and my blood upon the inhabitant of Chaldea shall Jerusalem say? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, behold, I will plead thy cause. Whose cause? The children of Israel, the elect. Yeah, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee, And I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. Yeah? Yeah? This is what it is. This is what the Lord is going to do with America. Right? And her and all that she stands for. You know, this is what the Lord is going to bring upon America. All right? Upon those that afflicted the children of Israel. Yeah? And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, and astonishment, and hissing without an inhabitant. You see, that's why I say, all right, America is going to, yeah, and Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for the dragons, and astonishment, and an hissing without an inhabitant. They shall roar together like lions, they shall yell as lions whelp. Yeah? In their heat, I will make their feast, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice, and sleep a perpetual sleep, and not wake, saith the Lord. I will bring them down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with he-goats. How is Shishak taken? And how is the praise of the whole earth surprised? How is Babylon become an astonishment among the nations? The sea is come up upon Babylon, which is what? The nations. All right? She is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. Because why? War. War. The nations, all right, is bringing war on the land of America. Literally. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness. A land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doth any son of man pass thereby. And I will punish Bel in Babylon, and I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he had swallowed up, and the nation shall not flow together any more unto him. Yea, the wall of Babylon shall fall. Yeah? No freaking Iron Dome or whatever dome, or Silver Dome or whatever missile defense system that you want to build to protect America is going to help America. All right? Nothing is going to come into the way and purpose of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for what he has in store for America. All right? Nothing. My people, go ye out of the midst of her. Deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. And lest your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, which is the prophecies, the prophets prophesying. All right? A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, saith the Lord, which is who? Russia and its allies. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of the earth. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. This is speaking of the elect of Israel. All right, the hopeful elect. Stay steadfast in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai until the end. We are confounded because we have heard a reproach. Shame had covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land the wounded shall groan. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. A sound of a cry cometh from Babylon, and great destruction from the land of the Chaldeans, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai had spoiled Babylon, and destroyed out of her the great voice, yeah, her wicked blasphemous words, her utterance, her speech of blasphemy against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, yeah. When her waves do roar like great waters, a noise of their voice is uttered, because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken. Yeah? For the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of recompense, power, yeah, of recompenses shall surely requite. Yeah? And I will make drunk her princes and her wise men, her captains and her rulers and her mighty men, and they shall sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith the King, whose name is the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, power of hosts. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, power of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and her high gates shall be burnt with fire, and the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary. The word which Jeremiah the prophet, now watch this, verse 59, the word which Jeremiah the prophet commanded Seraiah, the son of Neriah, the son of Maaseiah, when he went with Zedekiah, the king of Judah, into Babylon in the 4th year of his reign, and this Seraiah was a quiet prince. Now this prophecy here is not speaking about ancient Babylon. All right, this prophecy is speaking of America. All right, mystery Babylon. So Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against Babylon. And Jeremiah said to Seraiah, all right, when thou comest to Babylon, and shall see, and shall read all these words, then shalt thou say, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but it shall be desolate forever. And it shall be, when thou hast made an end of reading this book, that thou shalt bind a stone to it and cast it into the midst of Euphrates. Yeah? Yeah? Now watch this. Why? Let's go. A matter of fact, let me finish read this precept here, this last precept, and then I will go to a particular scripture to end it off. And right? And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I will bring upon her, and that they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah. Now why Jeremiah specifically choose the Euphrates River? Now I'm speaking as a man, because when I read the scripture, this particular scripture came to mind. Revelation 16. Come on. And 12. Right on spot, boy. Revelation 16 and 12. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Yeah? Might be prepared. This is the judgment of America. And believe you me, this prophecy here, pursuant to Revelation 16 and 12, it has been fulfilled. So we know the prophecy that we read in Jeremiah. Yeah, man. Yeah. So the prophecy pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 64, 63 and 64. That alone, if you're in the spirit, should tell you, if the prophecy pursuant to Revelation 16:12 is fulfilled, all right, this here Jeremiah 51, 63 and 64, verses 63 and 64, it will be fulfilled. So, I hope you all are edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, this is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad, signing out, saying Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Raka'akodash, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great millstone that rule well. Double salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth. Show the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning. Until then, we say shalom, wa abad babal.